me other than I did a lot of it, and and I'm sure it did influence me, but as did the rest of the dance stuff that I was doing, as did massage therapy, as did, so,
as did what you ate every day.
What that?
As did what you ate every day.
Yeah. And, and even growing up in Hawaii, I was, playing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Body surfing and getting tossed around and, that physical aspect of the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That was all for me. But if there's any questions you wanted to go back to talk about more, or anything that we didn't talk about that you'd like to address, I'd like to leave.
No, not offhand. If I think of anything, I can drop you a line, but
sure.
I don't know that hopefully you've gotten some good material for.
Yeah, I think there's
what we're doing.
Nuggets in there. I appreciate you sharing your experiences and
sure.
taking the time to be interviewed.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, is this going to be put together as a report of some sort, or?
Yeah, this will be a paper once it's done. I can keep you in the loop of that.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing. It's always interesting, Yeah. Like I said, I'm sort of out of that world now, but it's interesting to see how it's carrying on. And, and like I said, the whole context of discussions around gender are just so different than, well, I don't know that they're different, but they just didn't used to exist.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, the 70s, that was when that, the feminist consciousness raising was, first really coming up. And that was that moment. And, and then you had, there's just historical things. So,
Yeah, I guess one more question that I just thought of. A thing that a number of people have brought up is like there's certain jams and different spaces that have been made to be like safe spaces who maybe don't feel comfortable in like just the general jams. So it'll be like women and like gender queer folks only, or Black, Indigenous, people of color only. And one thing that had come up in a number of interviews was the idea of like a male only jam. I'm wondering if that's something you would see value in and want to go to. Or maybe that's...
Well, I'm pretty much open to any jam.
Sure.
As long as I don't get beat up too badly. So, I guess I'm not adverse to the notion of it. It might be interesting to see what occurs. Like I said, there does tend to be, in my experience, some more vigorous sorts of dances that have taken place within, with men, with me. But not exclusively by any means. I appreciate that there can be opportunities created for people to feel safe within whatever community. And at the same time, I would hope that at some point you wouldn't need those sorts of exclusion to create safety.
Yeah.
So
I think the hope is like to have them as supports, especially if people are new to the form, like get more experience in maybe somewhere that's not as intimidating and then go to like an all-inclusive space.
Yeah. I think it's fine. If there's just a little bit of a tension for me between,
maybe like the egalitarian core.
Well, just supporting people versus coddling them, you
Mm,
know,
yeah,
um, and I mean, improvisation is improvisation. You have to do something. You have to put yourself out there, you know.
yeah,
It's like learning another language, you know. I mean, you have to be willing to look like an idiot,
sure.
you know, if whether you're a neophyte in dance or language or whatever field it is, at some point you're going to look like an idiot. And so if you want to be in a situation where you're never looking like an idiot, then you're probably not going to learn very much.
Sure.
So, um, but you know, people need what they need. I don't have any problem with any of that happening.
Yeah,
But we just hope that at some point, uh, it wouldn't be necessary.
sure.
But there's a lot of traumatized people out in the world. So, you know,
Yeah,
unfortunately, we're still creating them.
yeah. Well, thanks for answering that last question.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, have a good rest of your day.
Okay. You too.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity to spout off, and
Yeah.
I'll look forward to seeing what gets compiled.
Yeah, for sure. Bye.
Okay. Bye.